Hello viewers, today I am going to take the concept is Wheatstone Bridge. So what is Wheatstone Bridge? Wheatstone Bridge is nothing but one of the application of Kirchhoff law, and we very well know about what is Kirchhoff law. Kirchhoff law, he is the scientist, he just proposed two rules, one is the current rule and another one is the voltage rule. In this Wheatstone Bridge is nothing but the application of Kirchhoff law. Here we are apply the concept of Kirchhoff current rule and the voltage rule. According to Kirchhoff current rule, the algebraic sum of the current entering and current leaving from the junction it's 0, and according to the voltage law, the product of current and the resistance is taken as positive when the direction of current is followed. When the direction of current is opposite to the direction of loop, when the direction of current is opposite to the direction of loop, the product of current and the voltage, that means IR, across the resistor is represented by the negative. And the same manner, the potential from the battery, the voltage is supplied from positive terminal to the negative terminal. That means for higher potential to lower potential is just represented by the symbol V is equal to plus Xi, and the voltage supply is traveled from lower potential to the higher potential. The voltage drop or the voltage supply from the battery is represented by the negative symbol. So the equation becomes V is equal to minus Xi. So these are all the overall concept for those two rules. So now we are going to apply the current rule and the voltage rule to this Wheatstone bridge. Let's come to the point. Here, let's consider the circuit. In this circuit, I just draw here. Let's consider the loop. Here the points I consider. Here I am going to take 4 resistor P, Q, S, R. So the resistor P is connected across the point at A and B. Same way, the resistor Q is connected across the terminal B and C, across the point B and C. The same way, the resistor S is connected across the point C and D, and the resistor R is connected across the point A and D. And here another one more thing, we connected across the point B and D, that is galvanometer. So galvanometer is the instrument used to measure the magnetic. When the current is flowing inside the circuit or inside the conductor, it just deflects the direction of current, or it just induces the magnetic field. So here we connect the galvanometer device across the point B and D. So this Wheatstone bridge, we are going to find out the unknown resistance. Here the R, P, Q, R, otherwise R is the known resistance. So here R is a variable resistor. R is a variable resistor. Other way we are called this as unknown resistors. Either one of the way we are called this. This is a known resistor, and this is a known resistor, and this is a variable resistor, and this R is the unknown resistor. So this unknown resistor only we are going to find out from this Wheatstone bridge. So when the current, so here from the power supply, here the battery Xi with the voltage Xi is connected to the circuit. When the battery is connected to the circuit, the current is start flow to the circuit. So here the current is flow from the negative positive potential to, that means higher potential to lower potential. So at point A, the current is now divide and travel across AB and AD. So now the current reaching at a point A is dividing the current which is flowing across the resistor P is I1, and the current which is flow, the divided current which is flow through the resistor R is represented by I2. The same manner, when these current it reach the point B, here at junction B, the current is dividing and travel along the point B and C, and it crosses, and the current is flow across the resistor Q. So the current flow through the resistor Q is represented by I3. The same manner, this current, the dividing current, one of the part is moving through the resistor Q and another one part of the current is flowing through the galvanometer. The same manner here, from the lower potential is now connected, but the current is now flowed from higher potential to lower potential. So this current, it meet at point C. So when the current is meet at point C, it just moving along the conductor and it reaches the negative potential. So the current is flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal of the battery. And here at junction C, the current is flowing to negative potential. The same manner, at point A, the divided current passes across the resistor R, that is represented by I2. Then the current is leaving, after leaving from the resistor, it reached the point D. And this register at point D, the current is now again divided and one part of the current is moving along the galvanometer to this direction, and the current at point D, the another splitted current is flow through this direction and it crosses the resistor S. So the current flow through the resistor, unknown resistor S, is represented by the current I4. So first the current is entering the point A. I just recall all the thing. First of all, the current is flowing from the higher potential to lower potential, and here at point the current is divided. The first current is passes across the resistor P, and the second divided current is passes across the resistor R, and here the current is entering and the leaving current is passes through at point D, and the current which is leave from the resistor or resistor P is reaches point B. Here again the current is divided, and this current, when the current is flowing through this resistor Q, is represented by I3, and the remaining splitted current is passes across galvanometer. So the current passes through the galvanometer is represented by Ig, and after the current is entering the resistor Q, the current which is leaving is now reaching the point C. Here also the current is flowing from point C to move towards the negative terminal of the battery. And then final thing is the third current, that means the second divided current now moving to across the resistor R. Then here at point D, the current is reaching, the leaving current from the resistor R is reaching, and here again the current is divided into two parts. One of the part is moving towards the galvanometer and the another part of the current is moving towards the resistor, unknown resistor S. So the unknown resistor S, the current which is entering, that is represented by I4, and this leaving current is reached at a point C. This current and I3 current both are leaving and entering towards the negative potential. So here at point D, two current is divided. The current which is flowing towards the galvanometer, that is also represented by Ig, and here the current is flowing through the resistor S is called as I4. So here in this manner all the currents are entering and leaving. So depending upon the entering and leaving of current from the resistor, we just introduce the Kirchhoff current law or current rule or junction rule. So here how we are representing that, how we are applying the current rule. Here in this circuit you can see the current I1 is entering. Current I1 is entering. So first so we are applying the concept, applying the current rule. First we are applying the Kirchhoff current rule to the junction B. So at junction B, at junction B, I just introduce a concept. This is current B. At point B, I just applying the Kirchhoff current rule. So at junction B, according to Kirchhoff current rule, what will happen? The equation here, the current is at point A. From the point A, the current is entering to the resistor P. So the current which is crossing the resistor P is nothing but I1. It just entering to this resistor. So according to the Kirchhoff current rule, we are substituting the current I1 with the sign convention, that is plus I1. Then now the current at point B junction only we are focusing. So at point P, the current is dividing. One part of the current is flowing through galvanometer. So it is entering. So it is represented by, here the galvanometer is here it is here at point B it is leaving, and those I3 also it is leaving. So at the junction wise, what are all the current is leaving from the junction? It is represented by negative. The current is entering, that is represented by plus. So here at point B, the current is leaving from the junction B, so and moving towards the galvanometer. So it is represented by Ig. The current passes through the galvanometer represented by minus Ig, and the current flowing through the resistor Q is minus, because at the junction B, from the junction B, current is leaving and move towards Q. So it is I2. What is the current flowing through the circuit? What symbol we are introducing? I2. So now the equation become 1. This is equation 1. So equation 1, I1 minus Ig minus I2, equation 1. And we are applying the second part. We are applying the current rule at junction D. Okay, so here at junction D, the same manner the current is divided into two parts. One of the current is moving towards the galvanometer, and the remaining current is moving towards the unknown resistor S. So thus the equation has become the current which is entering towards here, the current is passing to plus I2. At junction D, so there are three connections we are going to discuss. So this and this and this. So first the current is entering. So here the current is entering and passing through the resistor R. So the current which is entering to the resistor R is nothing but I2 plus I2. Here entering, so I am introducing the sign convention plus. And at junction D, there are two current is splitting. One is moving towards the galvanometer. So here it is start to entering. Here this is leaving, but here at junction E it is entering. Okay, so entering means here we can consider along with the symbol we just substitute this equation, then plus Ig. Okay, plus Ig. And in this, here the next current is moving towards the resistor S. So the equation become the current which is flowing through the resistor S is nothing but I4. Here the current is again leaving from the circuit. So the current leaving from the circuit is represented by Ig and minus I4 leaving from them, and it is entering to the circuit. So I2 plus Ig minus I4 is equal to 0. So this equation become 2. And so next we are finishing the current rule at junction B and D. Now we move to the next thing, that is we are going to apply the voltage rule, that is loop rule. Then what is loop rule? So third thing is loop rule. So what loop we are considering mean ABDA. ABDA. So in this junction, what is ABDA? ABDA here So in this case we are considering only the loop of ABDA. Where is ABDA? A, B and D, A. Okay, so this loop alone we are going to discuss. So here you just consider the current at junction A, at point A, the current is entering to the resistor P. So the voltage drop across voltage rule means we are considering the voltage drop across the resistor. So what is the voltage drop across the resistor? What is the Ohm's formula? V is equal to IR. Here the voltage drop across VP is equal to the current which is flowing means I1, and the resistor we are considering instead of P, I am representing the resistor I am here mentioned in the name of P. So the final equation, the voltage drop across the resistor P is I1P. So here the voltage drop is positive because we know that when the current is flowing from higher potential to lower potential, the voltage is represented by the symbol of positive. The same manner here in the loop at point B to D, the current is entering. So entering means here the loop is entering like this only. So according to the voltage rule, the voltage drop across the galvanometer Vg is equal to Ig, product of Ig into the resistor inside the galvanometer. So the resistance inside the galvanometer, I introduced the symbol G. Okay, so the equation becomes Vg, and at point B, what happened at point B? At point D, the current is now flowing backward. This side it is try to entering. So the voltage drop across the resistor R is represented by here, because we are taking the loop ABDA. So it is both the things are entering, but here it is opposite direction to the supply. So we know that the opposite direction, negative potential, lower potential to higher potential, the voltage drop across the resistor R is represented by V, or the voltage drop across I into R. So here the resistor, the same R only, the symbol is same R. So I just take this same symbol, and the current which is flowing through this resistor R2 is I2. So it just opposite to the potential difference. So here the voltage drop I just take it into the negative sign, minus VR is equal to the voltage drop across the resistor R is equal to minus I2R. So according to the voltage rule, the algebraic sum of voltage drop across the devices is equal to 0. So we just substituting the algebraic sum of the voltage is equal to 0. We just start to write this one. So we just move to the page, and we just along the ABDA loop, the voltage drop, the total voltage drop is V drop is nothing but what? V total is equal to voltage drop is V P plus V G plus V R. So what is the voltage drop across V? What we are find out from the equation before itself? Vp is equal to I into P, I1 into P plus Ig, and the resistor here, the galvanometer, resistor of galvanometer is G, and minus VQ, the Q at point across the resistor R, the voltage drop is I into R, but the current is flowing through the R is I2, so minus I2 into R. Okay, so minus I2 into R. So according to voltage rule, the algebraic sum of the voltage drop across the devices is equal to 0. So this is equation 2. This is equation 2. Okay, so move to the next one. And this is the one of the loop we are find out that we are applying the Kirchhoff voltage rule. The next thing we have applied to the Kirchhoff voltage rule to the loop of ABCDA. What is ABCDA? Here ABCDA. So we just applying the current voltage rule. Here the direction is in this direction. So both these two direction and all opposite to that. Okay, so what are all the things happen inside it? So that this direction and this direction are opposite to the negative potential to higher potential. The voltage drop is opposite to that of current. The voltage drop is opposite to that, and in this A, B, C, the current is and the voltage positive potential, negative potential, and the voltage drop, the direction of current is the same direction, so there is no problem. So the we are just applying the sign conventional, the voltage drop across the loop CDA. So what will be the equation become? So the equation becomes the voltage drop along the ABCDA ABCDA, that means in this direction we are going to supply. This is resistor P, resistor Q, the resistor S, and resistor R is there. So here the current is in the same direction. So voltage, where the voltage is applied, the same direction only current is flowing. But here R and S, the current is opposite to that. The voltage supply are just reverse. So the voltage drop also we are substituting with a negative symbol according with that voltage rule. So what is the voltage drop across the point P? So across the point P, that is I1P, the product of resistor and the current. And what will be the voltage drop across Q? There is the same current direction and the voltage drop, all those things are same direction. So here also we are introducing the same direction I3Q, and the resistor the resistor S, it just drops some voltage. It is opposite the current, the direction of current is just opposite to the voltage drop. So because we are introducing the symbol negative, so what is the voltage drop across S? I. The current is flowing through S is nothing but I4, and I4, the resistor is S. The product of current and resistor is S. And the next one, the remaining thing, the current flow through R resistor, there is also the current is opposite to that, the potential difference. So here we are represented minus I2R, the product of current and the resistor. Resistor we are representing R, and the current is drop across the resistor is I2, we know that. So according to the voltage rule, the algebraic sum of voltage drop across the devices, across the component, is equal to 0. So this is equation 4. So now we derive, there are 4 equations, and we reduce this equation. Okay, and then finally what we will get? The equation becomes, here what actually Wheatstone bridge means, at one particular point, at one particular current, the voltage across the voltage drop across the galvanometer get balanced. So when the potential is reaching at point B and D, the current also same, and because the current is here, it is moving from this direction, it is entering, it is leaving, the current is here the current is leaving, and here the current is entering. So at one particular potential difference, when they are both the currents get equal current, the voltage across those galvanometer gets balanced. That means potential across the point B and D get same voltage. Here it has positive and here it has a negative voltage drop. So when both the voltage gets balanced, the galvanometer will deflect. There is no any deflection on the galvanometer. So galvanometer is just indicating null deflection. Null deflection means Ig, the deflection of, there is no any current flow through it, because when the current is entering and leaving and entering, both they are the same value, plus 5 microampere and negative microampere. When they are reaching means the galvanometer, they are not show any deflection, so there is, it just indicating the null deflection. So at this stage the bridge, it become act like a balanced bridge. Okay, so this is the balanced bridge. So we just substitute all these equations. We just reduce this at this point of balance, when the null deflection is happening, that time we are introduce the concept. So before itself we have 4 equations. So in that equation, Ig when they get both at point B and C same potential, when they are reaching the same potential, there is no any deflection, so Ig is equal to 0. So the 4 equation we have Ig, so those Ig we are substituting Ig is equal to 0, so we are getting the first equation reduced into the first equation what, I1 minus Ig minus I3 is equal to 0. Here Ig 0, so the equation become I1 is equal to I3. Here the I3 minus I3 we are taken into the left right hand side of this equation. So the equation, the negative sign is converted into positive sign. The same manner so here the second equation is now we consider the second equation. What is the second equation? That is I1P plus IgG minus I2R is equal to 0. In this case we are substituting Ig is equal to 0 because of this null deflection. There is no any current flow through the galvanometer at the balanced condition. So this equation becomes 0. So the equation become I1P is equal to I2R. Okay, so this is the sixth equation. Then move to the next one. Then here another one voltage equation also we are getting. In that voltage equation also we are substituting Ig is equal to 0. So that voltage equation reduced to become what? Then the final equation, we are applying the voltage law or voltage loop rule along the loop ABCDA. What equation we are getting? I1P plus I3Q minus I4S minus I2R. The algebraic sum of the voltage drop across the devices gets 0. So here past week itself we are getting 3 equation. No, I1 is equal to I3, I2 is equal to I4, I1P is equal to I2R. Those equation we are substituting here. So instead of I3 I am going to substitute I1. Okay, so this equation reduced become this I3 is instead of I3 I just substitute here I1P already be there. So instead of I3 I just substitute I1 again. So plus I1Q is equal to here minus I4S. Instead of I4 I just substituting the value I2. Okay, because from the equation I just substituting here. So here I4S I just substituting what value? I2S. Instead of I4 I am substituting I2S minus I2R is equal to 0. Here I am taking I1 into here I1 and I1 are I1 and both 2 I1 is there. So I take I1 as the common one. So the remaining thing I just take it into the bracket, and the same manner which is equal to, because both the signs are minus, so I just take this minus into the left hand side, right hand side, so the equation become positive 1. So here 2 I2 is there, so I just take I2 in a common. Here minus I2S plus I2S and plus I2R. So I2 after taking into the bracket, the remaining thing I just take it into the bracket, inside the bracket. So the equation like this, and we are taking then we are dividing this equation. This is the equation 7. So we are dividing this equation by the before equation 6. No, what is equation 6? Equation 6 is nothing but I1P is equal to I2R. We are dividing equation 6 and 7. 6. We are dividing both the equation. What will the equation become? I1P plus Q divided by I1P I1P is equal to I2R plus S divided by I2R. Okay, both I2 and I1 get cancelled. So the remaining thing PQ by P is equal to R plus S by R. So this P get cancelled. So the equation becomes 1 plus Q by P is equal to 1 plus S by R. So this equal to the 1 plus and minus 1 get cancelled. So what the remaining thing, we just take it at, that means that is Q by P is equal to S by R. So now both the resistors are being equal. So the ratio of the resistor Q by P is equal to the S by R. This is the condition for balanced bridge condition. So in this condition, when this PRS and this parallel resistor, when they are in balanced condition, when the bridges are in balanced one, the galvanometer will show null deflection. That means there is no any deflection on the galvanometer. That is Ig is equal to 0. So when Ig there is null deflection is indicating me when the bridges are in the balanced condition. So this is called Wheatstone bridge balance. This is the condition for bridge balance in Wheatstone bridge.